really, really wish, whatever it is, Twitch or my internet would get its act together. But it doesn't want to. Need a key. As you can see, I'm a knight. In order to see the Ferris Cup held once every year, I came from a town called Soltico. Oh, this is quite the circus tent, isn't it? Apparently they're going to throw on a special show to commemorate the Ferris Cup. You went and met Sylvia? Oh, you even had a conversation? I'm so jealous. I want to talk with Sylvia too. And go do it. The security is pretty terrible. Our king quite enjoys racing. And the fact that he can enjoy it shows that he's protecting our country. I'm quite thankful for his hard work. Bogan is I, gone, a foolin' buck, overflowing with Bogan love. I wanna meet them, Bogan boy. I don't even know what that guy is saying. Is Bogan someone's name? Really can't get the image to come clearly. It's gotta get you all of a suddenly and have to have an impact. Let's see. Paintings have to jump out at you or they're no good. Hey, I'm a painter. I'm trying to draw a painting that jumps out at you, but I need some inspiration. That's why I'm just standing around here. But standing around, I'm unable to come up with a theme. I think I want to draw two beasts fighting under the moonlight as my theme, but it just doesn't come to me really. I'm missing something crucial. I think it should be a Bakuraba rock group and the moon and the night wyvern dog. I think this would be the best combination. Could you use the combination attack beast mode at night while fighting the a wyvern dog? I'm sure it would come to me if you did that. Would you try doing that? Okay. I don't even have beast mode. Quite the specific request. And in the lead is Mogu Bakun. It's a blowout. This might set a new record at the rate he's going. Racing after it is Mogu Bakun 2. He's fast, he's fast. It's like a streak of lightning. Go, Magu Pakun 2. Huh, what are we doing? We're playing race. But both of them just want to be Magu Pakun. This isn't a race at all. They're both the same horse. Beyond here is the spectator seat for the race. Right now races aren't running, so I can't let you through, I'm sorry. These horses are being prepared so that they can be put on the track at a moment's notice. So that they can sortie at an instant's notice at the first sign of trouble. But this game is pretty peaceful, so I doubt we'll need them to sortie. Even though the Ferris Cup's about to be held, my horse is in a bad mood and doesn't want to run. I can't even practice. So, I mean, without being able to practice, no matter how much I struggle, I won't be able to beat the Prince or Ogui. I'm in a real bind. Hey, mister, are you a traveler? Come to see the horses? Well then, I'll show you where the horses are. You go over there. That building right over there is the race house. All the race horses are waiting there. Beyond that is the race course, where the horses ran. Floats on the oasis. It's the race house. Race house royalty, and this is the race house's royalty changing room. This is where the royalty prepared to challenge the racetrack. Huh? You want to be in the Ferris Cup? I'm sorry, but the registration for the Ferris Cup has already ended. Unless somebody gets injured and can't be in the race, it'll be impossible for you to enter. But you can still enjoy it by watching. I gotta go fast. I gotta bet on myself. I seem to speak Japanese really well. How did I learn? It's been almost 12 years of study. I started a long time ago in high school, and then I just studied a bunch, and then I just intook a bunch of media to bulk my vocabulary up. It's not perfect, it never will be. Just in speaking a second language. I speak Chinese too, not as well as Japanese. But maybe better than Japanese after I go there to live there for a year. I'm leaving in less than 2 weeks. Well, a little more than 2 weeks, I guess, technically. Caring for the horses is my life. These horses are going to appear in the race and entertain all the spectators. It makes me so happy. I could just cry. Have you seen Ogui's horse? Magu Pakun. Yeah, he's quite the splendid horse. That sheen of its mane. That body, tough as steel. It's perfect to call him a famous horse. I want to try riding a horse like that once. At the last tournament, I won by a long shot, but I have a rival, in Prince Faris this time. That's why I'm getting excited for the first time in a while. I'm sure the first cup will be quite the spectacle. I definitely suggest you watch it. Beyond here is the racetrack. It's how the horse or the knights, where the knights ride their horses to the track in order to participate. Can I go there, or is he gonna? He's probably gonna stop me. No? Oh. I'm going to live there for school. I'm getting a second degree because first degree wasn't making money in Chinese, and this program I'm in says you have to go there for a year to study and do an internship so that you'll actually like get good at it in an environment where you're forced to use it. And here's the racetrack. We're preparing for the race, and the knights are practicing. I can't go there. Okay. What I think of the game so far, I like it a lot. I don't know if I'm gonna like it as much as I liked 8, but I can't really say because I haven't finished it. That's just my first feeling from the areas. They feel a lot smaller than the areas in 8, and 8 was really big, and you just spent a lot of time walking, and maybe the areas feel smaller because you have a horse, so you can go fast. I like it, but I can't make any final judgments until I beat it. And then wait a long time so that the initial, the new game stuff wears off. Like about a year from when I beat it is when I can make a rational assessment. But yeah, so that my thoughts so far, I don't know if I like it as much as 8, but maybe. This is the racetrack. Those who dash romantically, chasing after their dreams, visit here. If you want to participate in the race, you should head towards the registration desk. Welcome to Samadhi Racetrack. The current race being held is here. Each race has different difficulties and different rewards. You'll need 100 gold to enter. Welcome to the Bronze Cup. Now then, let's go. I need to make dinner soon. Defeat your 3 rivals and aim for first place. If you hold R2 button, you can dash, and you can use the square button to take Turner's corners. While you're dashing, your stamina will be lowered. You have to pick up the green swirling things to touch them to restore your stamina. Aim for the best time. How's the combat coming today? It's pretty similar. Although there isn't tension anymore. There's this thing called zone state you can enter, not at will. You came in when I'm in exploring a town thing, so I'm missing all the green things. There we go. There we go. It's F-Zero with horses. Horse Zero. Dude, it even has the spots you don't want to go on because they slow you down. It's F-Zero with horses. Wow. Alright, I need to get my stamina back. Oh, your stamina comes back if you just chill out on the boost. Dude, I'm terrible. I'm bad. I am so bad. Last apato. Last part. Why am I trying to translate stuff while I'm trying to ride a horse? Oh, that red horse is catching up. I'm crashing into walls. I'm missing all the green things again. Best of time. New best of time. Set. Congratulations, that was splendid. Here's the Bronze Cup Victory Reward. Slime figurine. Well, I can stick that on somebody. 2 defense. There are no other races being held right now. We got it. Yeah, it feels more like F-Zero than Mario Kart in that you have boost pads basically, although in this case it's just things to restore your boost gauge, but basically same concept in practice. And then you have the rough area you want to dodge that slows you down / damages you. So it's Dragon Quest F-Zero. A simple track of pillar obstacles is like 2 laps instead of 3. Boost is 1 time used. Huh. Everyone's getting all happy about race this, race that. Even though there was that tragedy that befell the world with the monsters a couple decades ago. But at least the monsters have gotten weaker since then, and it's become an easier world to live in. Angel Bell. That's not an equipment. No. The consumable. Let's save. Eight is my favorite Dragon Quest. I've played 1 through 6, 8, a bunch of the Monsters game. Well, not a bunch. A couple of the Monsters games. My YouTube channel has the translated playthrough of Dragon Quest Monsters, Joker 3 Professional. I played Dragon Quest Builders at launch, Heroes 1, Heroes 2 at launch. This is the 3rd Dragon Quest game I've played at launch. The first main series game I've played at launch. Before the Ferris Cup, everyone seems very excited and happy. There's nothing happier than a town at peace. However, there was one year where an Assassin of the Desert monster appeared in the racetrack. We have to be on the lookout for that so it doesn't happen again. Ah, Traveler. Do you know of the Desert Assassin? I do. Yep, he appears every year about this time. You have to be careful when you go out. Main series is good. 1 you only play if you really want to see where the series came from. 2 is a pain in the butt unless you play the mobile version, which they tuned a lot. 3 is amazing, and I hear the Super Nintendo version is the best. I played the mobile port. 4 is pretty good. 5's what the people say, oh, it's even better than 3, or it can stand up to 3 and 8 in terms of how good it was. It was pretty good. 6 is underrated. A lot of people don't play it. It's kind of one that gets forgotten. 7 is a nightmare I hear, because it's one of the longest RPGs ever made. I'm going to play the 3DS remake sometime, probably while I'm in China. Oh, that man named Sylvia who's becoming the topic of conversation around town. I saw him. He was very tall and very handsome. If I was just a little younger, I would ask him on a date. Blah, 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 blah. History of the Samadhi Circus. us, the Samadhi circus troupe, were once a traveling circus troupe. And when we first came to this kingdom, we were met with such warm welcome that the king suggested we make this kingdom our base of operations. But we are a traveling circus group. We sadly had to turn down the king's offer and left Samadhi. And then time passed and we once again came to this land. It was quite surprising. The king had erected a giant tent for us. We were so moved by it that, as you know, we moved into Samadhi and became their circus troupe. Okay. Nothing hiding in the corner? Nothing in there? Okay. Oh, this just takes me... Oh, there was a door here? Didn't even notice. Okay. Alright, I've lapped the town. I have that quest to use, that really convoluted quest. And I have the more straightforward quest to heat up the cactus until I make the gold cactus appear. I'll probably do that one before I head to the castle. I need money anyways. Go in the well. Oh, just a heads up. The channel's been bad all day, like the connection. I don't know if it's Twitch's side or my side. So that's why frames drop occasionally on the live stream side, not on the... It won't be in the VOD. And that's also why the stream just goes down randomly, but I put it right back up. I'm gonna be playing this, you know, until I go to sleep. Hiya, hiya, hiya. Hoka hoka stone. Suspicious looking herb, grass, plant, whatever you want. Oh, I don't have the key. That's probably the jail key, magic key. I've seen 3 kinds of doors that require keys. 2 of them might be the same key, but that one's probably a different key. Or the lock symbol's a different color too on the map. Alright. Prepare yourself, cacti. You are in for a world of hurt. Do they even appear during the day? I didn't see any cactus. Cactus balls. Balls of cactus. Where's everyone's health? Ah, here they are. Apparently if I beat a bunch of these guys, the gold one will show up. Just wake up so I can hit you. Slap. Oh, was the critical really necessary, man? Wait, how did she outspeed Camus? I'm confused. What are you eating? That's sand, horse. Yeah, the turn order is based on speed. At least in this version. I just said beat a bunch of these things up and a gold one will appear. I do think that, yeah, the 3DS version as compared to the PS4 or Switch version will be a very different experience. Hey, learn to EO. I accidentally bought that when I was looking at skills. Whoops. Awkward. Get MP after every battle, sure. I want to see what this middle one is. Guess I'll get this one. Increase max MP when you have a two-handed staff equipped. You didn't level, did you? No. Oh, Biola. Speed everybody up. You can even double move in this game if you're fast enough, like, compared to the enemies. Not even anything good with spears. Yeah. Me. Gold cactus, where are you? Master the critical hit. Ow. A crit. Or no. Chemu's defense just sucks really bad. Dragon Quest 11 goes well. I like it very much. Maybe not as much as 8, but I don't know yet. Oh wait, no. I'm like, do I have enough? No, I need 16 for that skill. Get the double attack. Oh wait, I'm like, I need to heal him, but he just leveled, so actually I don't. So I'm on this cactus genocide spree like that guy said. I don't know where you can view quests, and I'm too lazy to poke around the UI. You just said kill a bunch and you'll eventually run into a gold cactus. Oh, there he is. So you just whine about it enough, and it happens. Easy peasy. He's so fat. He's so fat. He hits so long. He doesn't hit that hard, really. The fatness to hard hittingness is. I don't think I have enough. I need like, what, 12? Yes. There it is. None. Ah, right, here's the big map. I haven't even looked at this yet. Okay. Camus? Glass cannon? I mean, he's not a... It depends how you build him. He's probably a cannon if you go double daggers, I would imagine. I went boomerang with him, though. And then, after boomerang, I'm probably gonna go thief tree, maybe? He's really fast, but yeah, his defense, I don't know. He eats it pretty hard. I think for the 3DS it's probably because they're trying to keep it true to old boomerangs where it just like went from left to right, I think. They'll probably keep that more to the older mechanics, I would imagine, is their idea. I broke these, but I want to break them again. Just cause they don't belong. Wait, I don't have anything to sell. I have some money now, though. I still can't even afford any armor, though. I can't afford any armor. Well, none of the big armor. There you go, Camille. Streaming from PS4 is a pain because it has HDCP. The only reason I can is because I have a HDCP stripper. It strips the HDCP signal, or from the signal, I guess, leaving only the video signal. I brought you the gold cactus. Oh, this is the gold cactus. The sheen on it is completely different from regular cactus. Well, yes, because it's gold. Looks like it'll be delicious. I think I'll just try it raw. Just one bite. The way the shock it gives to your tongue. Oh, how wonderful. I can make the ultimate cactus steak I've been designing. Thank you, customer. With this, it looks like I can make some fine cuisine. Please let me give you this as my thanks. There are other strange monsters different from normal ones. Look for them while gaining experience. Alright. How does this do? It gives you dodge rate 1%, but okay. 2 more defense, better than nothing. I'll take it. Alright, let's go to the castle now. I'm not gonna do that other guy's like, oh, use this special skill against this monster. I don't even know what that monster is, so I'll keep it in mind. I don't even know if I have that chain skill, link skill. They have cats in the palace. Best palace. Oh, a traveler. Oh, you must be tired from coming. Oh, Skare Samadhi. That's a pun that doesn't translate. You must be so tired from coming from a long way. You took a phrase you say to someone who's traveled a long way or done something that's like difficult, and then since the end of it is like the beginning of the town's name, it was a funny, but I can't translate it because it doesn't translate. I'm sure the localization team will come up with something goofy. They're good at that. Everyone getting all excited just because the prince said he is going to be in the race. Man. What am I supposed to do? Oh, a traveler. Sorry. Please ignore the irrelevant mutterings I was doing. Okay. Whatever. I'm just here to loot the castle. Ah, a traveler. Mama isn't here right now. Her fur is very fluffy and very cute. He's my beloved cat. Huh? There's so many cats you can't tell them apart? Nah, come on. You gotta be kidding. Dama's the cutest. Cat slaves. This is the king and queen's room. You're allowed to sightsee, but please do not mess up the room. Wow, these guys are really chill. King's bedroom. You want to just Bring your filthy peasant boots. I mean, I'm not a peasant. I am royalty. Royalty, the last of my country's royalty, because my country doesn't exist anymore. Because it got destroyed, and nobody gives a damn. Didn't monsters, like, completely raze a country to the ground, like, 16 years ago? We're fine. I don't think anyone's gonna do that. You know. Your earth earrings. I don't think that's gonna happen to us. That's crazy. I didn't even see the earrings. Speak of the devil, or according to rumors, the child of devils is extremely violent and managed to escape from the Delkadaru kingdom. What a scary story, but it's okay. There are lots of strong knights in Samadhi. Our defense is perfect. As long as we're here, we'll be safe. But I'm already here. They failed. That armor? It is. Got the king's underwear and the queen's fishnet stockings. Why do fishnet stockings give so much defense? Ferris's growth diary. 0 month X day. Today Ferris is also practicing horse riding, went out to practice horse riding. Every day he goes out to practice. What a splendid child. There's no doubting he'll be a king capable of leading our knights. Today Ferris has gone out into town to listen to the people's troubles. Oh, apparently he's doing this to learn about the lives of our citizens. What a hard-working and chivalrous king. Not chivalrous. That character, especially because I speak Chinese, like, it's so complicated. But an ambitious, like, child. Anyways, he'll become a splendid king. There's no doubt of that. It's okay, you are royalty. Are you a descendant of the hero of Wan or the Demon Lord? There is no way for me to know that. You are a reincarnation of the legendary hero. That's all you know. Whether this is tied to another Dragon Quest world or it's a new world, we don't know. Either is fine with me, honestly. There's a bunch of cats in this castle for some reason. The knights don't really give them much attention, so I'm in charge of taking care of them. I can talk to this guy. If you're looking for the king, if you just go straight up the staircase ahead, you should reach the throne room. These youngsters these days, they're no good. All they do is spit out weak whimpers. Think that's enough? If you think that's enough, you're naive. You need to put your heart into your words. You'll never beat the General Greg's knights with that attitude, and you'll put your spirit into it. The oath of chivalry is No matter how difficult the path, you'll face it head on, fairly. But this instructor's strict training, or that's why I just have to think of this instructor's strict teachings as a way to grow and develop. No matter how difficult a challenge face, he's tired. Yeah, dirty bandages. Knights. Their resolve never wavers. They swear loyalty to their country, save the weak. Do not boast of their strength, and no matter the challenge, face it head on without wavering, I guess is a more eloquent way of putting it. The 3 oaths of chivalry. The king and queen, they got a little bit of a problem. They give me my hands are full with them. They used to be both very elegant and overflowing with the spirit of chivalry. Oh, my mouth slipped. Just pretend you didn't hear that. Oh, is this like something like all the royalty is being like painted by the Demon King? So they're all jerk faces, like the first king who was a jerk face to me. Do you have some business with the prince? Right now the prince is out with practicing. That's right, practice. This is getting suspicious. But I'm gonna loot his room. Oh, he's got 2 books. And he had a hat. Positive recommendation. You want to be a great leader, you must be positive. People who are always stressing over something, are there people who happily follow them? First, you need to overcome your worries. Become a big Da character on the floor, and then roll around, gaze up at the sky. Just by doing that, all your small worries will melt into the sky. Say goodbye to the negative you from today. Positive every day is, and a bright future will guide you. Or no, being positive every day will guide you to a bright future. That's a way better way of translating it. This looks like a really old book. It's torn, and the letters look very old. Nelson Secret Technique Book. Fire volume. Right now, the contents have no meaning to you. You probably need a character who like learns something from those. Oh, iron sword, that's money. Oh wait, where am I going? Let's go see the king now. People formed a city around the oasis because they needed water in order to live out their lives. That's the origin of Samadhi. And now a king fond of paradises and leisure built, not of paradises, a king fond of leisure built a racetrack on the oasis. And races have become the most popular form of entertainment. The reason we can enjoy races now is thanks to our ancestors. Oh no, I wanted to loot more, but I got caught in a cutscene. Today we have gonna be the best day, the best weather. Ferris Cup will be held to celebrate my son's 16th birthday. What a perfect day for a race. No, this speech isn't gonna cut it. Won't entertain the citizens. Huh? Who are you people? I don't have the time for visitors. Please come back later. Father, I have just returned from my training. Knights, or what is a knight? Your will never wavers. You swear loyal to your country. You save the weak. You do not boast of your strength. No matter what the challenge, you face it head on, fair and square. Very well. It's like you haven't forgotten your chivalrous spirit today either. Ferris, this year you will be 16. The Ferris Cup. Oh, I'm expecting you to perform in a manner befitting of the royal house when you participate in the Ferris Cup. Leave it to me, Father. I will be sure to answer your hopes and expectations. Now then, with this I will be off. You are... Forgive me, traveler. What is your name? You're called Wu? Why have you come to... On what business have you come to Samedi? Wu said he came to Samedi seeking the staff of the Tree of Life. The Great... Or... They don't have the of life, they kind of shortened it, so it's more like the Great Tree Staff, or Staff of the Great Tree. Or Big Tree. Could you be... Staff of the Great Tree Staff. Could you perhaps be referring to that Samedi's national treasure? The rainbow staff that sparkles in 7 colors? I might be able to help you out there. Turn left once descending the stairs, and come to my room. I'll be waiting for you. Yeah, I didn't read the... They released a statement about, like, oh, why we don't have voice acting. I didn't read it, like, what their logic was for that. It doesn't bother me at all. I used to play games muted all the time as a kid. But I know that might be a deal breaker for some people. Trevor, I'm sorry. The king, his head is filled with nothing but thoughts of the Ferris Cup. The prince? Oh, if you go down the stairs and turn left, you'll find his room. Please, be on your best behavior. Think I'm a goon? Think I'm gonna run around breaking all your pumpkins, smashing all your pots? Well, you're right. country's got nothing but knights and horses. That's why, to me, cats are my personal oasis. The greeting that the king and the prince exchanged is something that any knight knows. It's called the Oath of Chivalry. Every day we use this as a greeting to reaffirm our values, basically, is what he said. La la la, Prince Ferris. Gust of wind dashes across the land. The pride of Samedi on the line, heading towards the Ferris Cup. Oh, you know, in preparation for the Ferris Cup, I wrote this song to cheer on the prince. Oh man, I'm so excited for the race. Alright, dude. In the reason I would think they wouldn't want the voices is because, did 8 have voice acting in Japanese? I don't even know. I'll know when I play the 3DS remake in Japanese, because I played the US 8. This is like one of the last Dragon Quests I played in English. But it's like it's a callback to back when, you know, it's simpler. There's no voice acting. It's just the game, the RPG, the adventure. Nothing to distract you. No extra bells and whistles. Just simple and well polished, I guess. Did it on PS2? Okay, 3DS they added it. That makes sense. That makes sense. I wonder if that child has perhaps snuck into our country. There's nothing wrong with tightening security a little bit. You be careful as well. Okay, that dang hero. Always walking in people's houses, breaking their pots, robbing them blind. Oh, you came. Sorry for calling you all the way over here. Just as I thought. Your height and body type is perfect. And you have a face that says you're used to handling horses. You came here looking for the rainbow staff, correct? I'm sorry, but that is a national treasure. It's not something we can just give to some traveler. However, I have a bet with my father. I'm sure he would give me the rainbow staff if I won it. But in exchange, there's something I want to ask of you. You don't never know who's listening here. Could we continue this discussion while watching the circus show being held in the castle town? Very well, it's decided. When night falls, I'll be waiting for you in front of the circus tent in the castle town. Make sure to not be late. Alright. If people are turned off by no voices, you could make an argument. I mean, I like voices. Voices are nice, but they might not want to play